Hello everybody. I'm starting my self-challenge today to do 30 projects, craft projects in 30 days. So today I'm starting out with a vintage composition book. I have my composition book. I have the image that I'm going to use in the center of my composition book. I have an oval frame that I'm going to frame her in. I'm using some Dollar Tree lace, and I have some blue eyelash trim that I'm going to use. Let's see. And this is the paper pad I'm going to use. It's the love letter. You can get it at Michael's. This is where I got it. It's put out by Craftsmiths Smarts, excuse me. There are other embellishment things that I will be using as well. I just haven't got them all pulled out, but I'm going to get started. I've already picked out the 3 pages that I want to use out of this paper. I'm using this one. Then I'm going to use this one. And the last one, I'm going to use this one. So, let's get started. Okay. And as you notice, I have my new mat outs. I got it for Christmas, and I haven't even had it out. I've had it sitting on another desk, and I thought, nope, I'm going to start using this. It's what I bought it for, was to start using it, so I figured now that I'm doing my 30-day challenge, why not use it now? So, the first thing I want is this piece here, because this is going to be my cover for this. So I need my paper cutter, because I'm not going to need all of that. So now we'll cut it this way so that I can get the size that I need for this way. And we'll set this to the side just in case we need it later for something. So, this is going to be on top of here. So, I'm going to get my glue. Excuse me. Sorry about that. That was my daughter. So now I'm going to cut my corners. I'm probably not doing them 100% correct, And people are hollering at me. Oh well. So, now I've got all this glued up. I'm going to turn this over. That way I can position it in where it needs to be. Just like so. And the good thing is I can miter those corners a little bit more. Okay, so there's that. So now I'm going to just lightly get my, okay, hold up, why ain't you, sure that that's adhesing good there. Okay, so now I'm going to lightly start fixing this to where it will fold over, because that's a thick cardboard. Okay, so I'm going to come back and miter these edges a little bit better. Hoping I'm in frame. I'm gonna have to set my camera again. I've moved it. Okay, this one needs to come this way a little. Okay, I'm gonna move my camera just a smidget towards me. Okay, thank you. So, I am going to remove this adhesive. And I'm going to roll it over and put her down. This is an old, hold on, let me get it. This was from the Classic Production. It's a sticky frame. And it was supposed to look like this. And when I come up with this idea to do this project, I wanted this lady to really stand out on the composition book, and I was trying to think of how I was going to make this woman really stand out. And I remember I had that, and I thought, oh, that would just be gorgeous. So I got it. Okay. Okay. So here we are. Now, I have to take and come in here And what I'm going to do is, that's why I love this little booger right here, because I can get right in here, just like so, make my cut. Once I get it cut that way, I like to turn it over. I'm hoping this works out the way that I want it to, because I've never done one of these. This will be my first attempt to this, so I can hear you now. A lot of you are screaming, "No, no, 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 you're getting too close." But won't know until I get in here and start. Okay. So what I'm hoping is to get these to fold down so that they cover the inside edges like this did. We're just going, and some of these are going to be entirely too big, so I'm going to clip them down just a smidget. I want to clip them all the way down. So, there's that. So, let's hopefully I've done this correctly so that it does what I want it to do. And I know I'm going to have some glue on these outer edges. So I'm going to go ahead and put some down. So that it helps keep this stuck down. Okay, so let's just start folding them in. It's the only thing I know to do. Hopefully I can get it to shape to it. So far, yes. Oh, look at there. It's round around. I'm going to pull this one up and this one up just a smidget. Pull them back in because they didn't make the round very good, just like this one. So there's that. Now, isn't that pretty? Now, let me show you. See, whenever this is going to go right in here like that. Isn't that gorgeous? I gotta remember to look at my paper because the writing is one way. Okay, yes, it'll go this way. But isn't that just pretty? Just like that. Okay, so there's that. Now I'm going to go ahead and lightly mark my paper to where she's at. That way all I gotta do is cut her out, place her on the back of the frame when I'm ready. Okay. I'm not quite ready for that because I don't want to mess her up or get her dirty. So there's that. Get this out of the way. Put my lid back on my glue. Try to keep my scissors because those are really pointy. Okay, so now this is going to be my cover. And I'm going to try to keep the black here. So I'm just, I can put it back. Okay, so I'm just going to try to butt this straight up to there. And that's the way it's going to be, but I have to make sure it's square. So I'm going to drop it down just a little, just like so. Okay. That's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring it to here. Put that back on there before I get klutzy and accidentally cut my hand. Because I have a very good tendency to be that way. And I'm going to do the same with this other piece. I can use those for inside pockets. So, give me this back so I can figure where I need to trim I'm going to decorate the insides as well. So, right about there. Okay. I'm debating on whether I just want to glue it straight down and cut the edges off, and that's almost what I'm tempted to do, and I think that's what I'm going to do. So right on that edge line. Okay. Now, I'm not going to worry about doing that, because I'm going to put a little bit of glue down anyways. I always do, just to be on the safe side. Okay, so now I'm going to pull that up. Pulling that up to there, that up to there, that up to there, lay back down. You up to there. Give it a little extra in the middle, but not enough to make it bow. Okay, pull this up. Make sure. Okay. One reason I love this thing, you can get in places and make cuts with it that you can't get another one to do. Okay. So there's that. Isn't that pretty? And I'm thinking about putting some blue trim right here, but I'll run it this way, that way that other is in the back. I'm contemplating. So I haven't figured out what I'm going to do the insides with, but I am going to use like part of these to do like an inside pocket, so that won't be wasted. So let's get this one together and get it done. So let's start putting our tape down. Okay, we're at the end of this row. Let me see if I can get it to pull up. Sometimes I can't. Nope. Okay, so now we'll start in with my other row. So there's that. And there's that. Come back. Make sure all my edges are down. Push here. Push this here. So. Okay, so now we run our little bit of glue in here. I hope this makes it to where those that want to make the composition, altered composition book, this makes it a little easier. You don't have to get crazy with it. Just do what makes you feel good about it. I mean, it don't have to be any more complicated than what it needs to be. So that's the one thing that I have found out is don't make it any more complicated than what it needs to be. Just have fun with it. Have fun with it. Enjoy the making part of it, because if you overthink it, I'm going to be honest, if you overthink it, before you're done, you're frustrated and it takes the fun out of it. Just when you pick out your papers, if that's what you pick out, stay with it. Because then you go, oh, well, maybe I want this. No, stay with what you picked out, because you picked out that one particular one for a reason. It was drawn to your eye. So keep it. So there are a lot of crafters, and the crafters are hard on yourself, because we're our worst critics. I hate to say it, but we are. We think that it doesn't look good, and somebody else just loves it. So that's the thing that I've learned. Stop being so hard on yourself and enjoy your crafting. Because I missed just a sliver right here. I didn't get close enough to it, so now I gotta come back and cut her off. And this corner on this this composition book is kind of messed up, so I'm hoping I can fix it with my rounder. Okay, so there's the front, there's the back. So let me go ahead and get the pages for inside and get them in, because I'm just going to do the same process and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I got my covers. Here is the inside. I made a small pocket on the inside here. Put some lace with the blue trim. And I come back here and I did the same thing. I put a pocket here. Put my inside cover. Put a little bit of white, cream lace with some blue trim. So now we are ready to start working on the front. So I did it offline because I wanted to make sure I got it in the right spot, but I've already glued my lady to my frame. So now I want to figure out where this needs to be. Here, because I want to try to center it the best that I can. Okay, so I'm going to put down a little bit of tape and then the rest glue. Okay, now I have it all glued up, and I just went around. I don't want to put the glue where the frame is opened at in the oval, because I don't want the paper to buckle. So come on, work with me. There's that. One more. Okay. So this is the top of it. Yes, it is. So we're going to spin it around. And that looks just about right. I was afraid if I put glue here, it would cause that paper to buckle and bubble, so I didn't put any glue on that at all. I went around it nice and neatly. Isn't she pretty? Okay, so I'm going to get my black ink. No, I'm going to get my brown ink. And I'm going to get my one stamp. And I'll be right back because I'm going to make these wordings just a little bit more where they stand out a little more. Okay, now I'm back. So I'm just going to, these are just clear stamps with wordings on them, and I'm not sure exactly what it says, and I'm really not. So I'm just going to take in lightly, touch like so, and that's upside down, but it'll be alright. So now we'll spin her over here, and we're just going to, and that's still upside down. How in the world? Touch it there. Put a little here, as I don't want it to be perfect. Just want it to give a little where it extends out just a little, and I'm gonna call that good. Now I want to put some of this lace. I'm going to put a double layer here, and I'm going to bring it in. to start with. As straight as I can get it. Okay. There's that. And these are rolled under just a smidget, and I don't want them rolled under. So there's that. Come over here. Flip this. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to double okay there. I'll glue that one down in a minute. So pull that up. Put that there. And then going to put you here. Just like so. That gives it that double layer texture there. Come back. Flip there. Back over here. And I know I'm out of frame on this one, but for me to get it right, I need to be. Okay, so there's that. Isn't that pretty? And I'm going to, right here, I'm going to cover this up with a baby blue trim. There we go. So start it here, just like so. Put it down good and firm, just like so. And I'm going to leave this longer so it can also work as a bookmark. So there's that. So for the moment, until that dries good, I'm going to pull that on the inside, like so. I'm going to clip that just a little because I've got it just a little longer than what I want. So I'm going to clip it like that. like so, like so. Ba 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 ba. Ooh, I like that. Okay, I've changed my mind, as I usually do. So, I'm going to put a little bit of glue on these leaves, and I'm going to tuck under, just like so, and give them some places to live. Without burning my fingers. Put that one there. Need to come out just a little. There you go. I like that. I like that. So we're gonna put a little bit more glue, like right here. A little bit on the back. And we're going to raise this up. And we're going to set it down. Just like so. That looks good. And put a little bit here. A little bit here. Raise these up. There we go. And I cut them in half because they were too long. So I get more out of them that way. So put this here. Lay that down just like so. Oops, get the strings. Here we go with that. Put a little bit on that side. And put this here, like so. And I honestly and truly think I'm going to call it done. Because if I do any more, it's going to be overkill, and I don't want to do that. One of the things I'm going to do, it won't be overkill, but it will set it off, and then we'll be done. I am going to get my vintage photo inks, and I'm just going to ink lightly around the edging of the book. Oh, and I see a spider web, but it's not a spider web, it's glue. Like that, looking good. Make it a little bit more ink. Remove this leaf. And there's that. And I think I'm going to lightly do the edgings on this little frame the same way. Look underneath this leaf a little. There's that. Get a little bit more. And I'll turn over here. And I'm going to get over here as much as I can. Raise this up. Okay. I'm afraid to go any further because I'm afraid. Okay, I'm done. So there is project number 1. Vintage. Altered. It's a vintage altered composition book. Isn't she pretty? And back on the inside, this is going to be your bookmark, so anywhere you put it, you have a pocket here, you have a pocket here. So, and I think I'm going to do the same on the back as far as aging it. Let me do that real quick and we'll call it done. That way it all kind of corresponds together. I hope you've liked my video. I hope you enjoyed watching me make this. If you have any questions, leave it in the comment below. If you liked my video, hit the like and subscribe. Help me keep crafting and help me keep growing. Thank you and have a blessed day.